We always tell our buyers to get a pest inspection. So what does this mean for the seller? Man, some people are just so stubborn. $150. Were they purposely covering it up, or was it really just a mistake? Regardless whether it was purposeful or not, you don't want your buyer to have a bad surprise moment. If you are a buyer, you're getting a mortgage, you have to have a pest clearance. So most agents, they know this. So when they write an offer, they give themselves 15 days or 20 days to do their inspections. And pest inspection is usually a typical thing. But very often, when buyer writes an offer, let's say it's a cash offer or other financing that is not required to provide a pest clearance. Oh, I'm gonna save some money. I'm gonna save that $200, I'm gonna save that $120, and they don't do it. Pest problems are in the walls, they're usually hidden. Sometimes you will never know, and you think your home is perfect. And then the buyer comes in, and because we always tell the buyers to get a pest inspection, most buyers, they get a pest inspection. Their pest inspector may find a lot of issues with pests, with termites. There's different kinds of termites. That right there can kill a deal. Sometimes sellers think, well, even if I lose this buyer, I'm gonna take care of these issues. Another buyer is gonna come in, and eventually we're still gonna sell this home. Well, the law states this, that the seller must disclose the pest inspection that was done. If the seller does it first before listing the home on the market, it's just showing that, okay, the seller was preparing their home for the buyer. One of the things that we recommend to people who own their own home, every 2 to 3 years, get an inspection done and maintain the home. Well, there are actually real examples of buyer making an offer, doing their inspections, and then right after the inspection, they found out that home, even though it was remodeled, had studs and beams that were eaten by termites. They said, what else is there that we don't know? But the seller never did the pest inspection. So they remodeled only what they saw that was needed and necessary. Regardless whether you are a seller or a buyer, it's always best to be proactive. And especially if you are a seller and you want to get top dollar for your property, go ahead and invest that $150 or $200 and get the pest inspection so that you can take care of these issues before somebody else finds them.